Alright guys, today we're going to be reviewing the Huawei P30 Lite, giving you my final thoughts on this guy. So let's go ahead and run down all these specs. This does have a 6.15 inch display, 1080 by 2312, 24 megapixel camera. We got a triple camera setup right here with that wide angle camera. We have 4 gigabytes of RAM. GSM Arena lists 6 gigs, but the box said 4 gigs for this model, 128 gigabyte on Amazon, 3340 milliamp battery, the Kirin 710 processor, fingerprint scanner, USB type C. We do only have one speaker at the bottom, we do also have a headphone jack if you care about that. I definitely still do. Android 9.0 right out of the box, and you do get NFC and a micro SD support. Alright, so right out of the box you greeted with Android 9.0, and it's really fast, really snappy. Out of the box, I think when I booted this phone up, you have about over like 110 gigabytes of storage left, which is really nice. So there wasn't a whole lot of stuff installed on here. It's just the usual Huawei stuff. And they didn't even install a lot of their stuff on here. It's just the app gallery, the bookings.com. That was one thing I didn't install, but not a lot of bloatware on here at all. There's no applications that are different from the P20 Lite. Everything's pretty much still the same, so they didn't add any applications of their own. You still have Notepad, High Care, you still have FM radio. Yeah, they didn't add anything special in here. So let's talk about the display on here, because that's the biggest reason why I would consider this phone. The display is absolutely gorgeous. The colors are really beautiful. The display just blew me away. It's really nice. The teardrop notch on here makes a big difference from their bigger notch that they had on the P20 Lite, and I will get into a comparison of that, so be subscribed. But that teardrop notch makes the teardrop notch makes a big difference when you're watching movies, music videos, and you're playing video games. It's definitely more immersive experience. Let's go ahead and talk about gaming on this phone. So you will be able to play PUBG on high mode in HD, so you can't do that on the P20 Lite. You can only play on medium, so this phone is superior in gaming. It will pretty much blow through anything you put on it. So this is a really good mid-range gaming phone, and like I said, the display on here is going to make gaming much more fun to do on here, since you're getting a much more immersive on this phone. If I do the split screen stuff, that works out. Everything is still pretty fast with that, so it doesn't come packed with a whole lot of features built in. If we swipe down, we do have the flashlight, we do have the screenshot button, so you just tap that, which is always easier than, you know, doing the button thing. And we do have ultra power saving mode. You turn that on, it'll save you some juice. We have navigation dock for people with small hands. You hit that and it acts as a home button. I'll leave it off because this phone is pretty compact for even people with small hands, but if you got smaller hands, then definitely turn that on. It will help you. Wireless projection, we have do not disturb. This actually has a screen recorder built into it, so that's really nice. You do have eye comfort, so if you're up late at night reading, definitely turn that on, help you with your eye strain. We do have ride mode and nearby. So overall, not a whole lot of features. Okay, Google, NBA standings.
The #1 ranked team in the Eastern Conference right now is the Bucks.
Alright, so this phone is very snappy. Like I said, not a whole lot of stuff. If we hop into settings, see if I can find anything. If we go to battery, we can optimize battery. That's very useful. Like I said, we have power saving mode. We can actually turn off the notch if we desire to. You just go into display, you can turn that notch off. Just hit that, and then boom, the notch is covered up. I don't really care. So nothing else. The fingerprint sensor works really fast, and we do have face unlock. Let's see if I can do it from behind the camera. Yeah, so that works very fast as well. So you know, overall they didn't pack a whole lot of stuff in here, but it's got the right amount of stuff. I do like magazine lock on here. It just shows you a different image every time you turn your phone on, which is really cool. And we can change the app drawer to have a button when you come on here, so that's not going to be there. You have to change that if you want that. I prefer that. So let's get into why most people are going to buy this phone. Obviously for the camera. Let's just go over the camera real quick. I went over it in the unboxing, but I'll do it again. You have pro mode, slow mode, panorama, aperture, light painting, HDR, time lapse, filter, 3D panorama, and you can add stickers. You have portrait mode on here, night mode, and AR lens. I'll show you AR lens first. Pretty much it's just like the the emoji thing on the iPhone. You can see I move my hand and head and it follows me around. And you have a bunch of different stickers and stuff, a bunch of weird stuff on here, which is pretty cool. But let's get into night mode on here, because I was really impressed with this. This is one of the main reasons to get this phone. So if you take a lot of pictures and you take pictures at night, this is definitely going to be in handy. I'll put the photos side by side that I took, and it was just really awesome. It reminds me of the Google Pixel, how it just lightens images, and it's really awesome. So if you're outside of a restaurant and you guys need to take a photo, then definitely this phone will come in handy, and that's really awesome for a $300 smartphone. The other pictures that I took compared to the P30 Lite, they were okay. You get more detail, but it's not by a whole bunch. They weren't too much different from the P30 Lite, so it takes good photos. Don't get me wrong, it takes good photos, but it's not anything that's gonna make you want to upgrade from the P30 Lite, unless you really take pictures in the dark, or you need that ultra wide camera. And the ultra wide camera, it seems like the quality isn't as good on that lens or something like that. I don't know if that's a software thing, but the ultra wide camera does work. So if you are outside and you got a big family picture you need to take, definitely that'll come in handy. But overall, the stills on this phone and the pictures on this phone are great. Same for video, it shoots in 1080p, so it takes decent video as well. So overall, the Huawei P30 is a really excellent phone. It checks off every category. It's fast, it plays the latest games, the cameras are really good. And speaking of the cameras, I forgot to mention the front facing camera is improved. It's definitely a little bit sharper than the P30. I mean the P20 Lite. So it's definitely sharper and much better. So overall, this phone's build quality is really beautiful, excellent. It is a fingerprint magnet, and it does come with a case in the box, so be sure to put that on so you don't crack it. It is glass. So it just checks off every box for $329. So I'll get into should you upgrade to the P20 from the P20 Lite in the next video. But so far, excellent smartphone. It does everything right. I have literally no complaints about this phone so far. It really does everything right. So thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.